This is the number line. It's the second most boring line in mathematics. It shows you whether one number is larger or smaller than another, and you can even tell roughly how much larger or smaller. But there's more to life than relative size, as any integer will tell you. Each whole number also has a rich internal structure created by the mysterious primes. The unique set of primes that combine to make a given number is called its prime factorization. And the prime factorizations of all the numbers on the line follow a secret fractal pattern. So I say we give the number line one more job, to show us the fractal beauty hidden inside of prime factorizations. For example, imagine we ask the number line to show us how many 2's are in each prime factorization. It could do this by turning a particular amount at each number. And if it turns, it will cease to be a boring straight line and become an interesting curve. The prime factorizations of 2, 6, 10, and 14 all contain one 2, so the number line would turn clockwise one click at those numbers. The prime factorization of 4, in contrast, contains two 2's, so that requires a clockwise turn of 2 clicks. The prime factorization of 8 contains three 2's, so that means a turn of 3 clicks. And 16's prime factorization has four 2's, so that's a turn of 4 clicks. All the odd numbers, in contrast, have no 2's in their prime factorizations, so the number line won't turn at all when it gets to them. So the number of clicks that the number line turns will indicate the number of 2's in each number's prime factorization. But how many degrees are in a click? What kind of base angle are we talking about here? Well, we have 360 degrees available to us, so I say we give them all a try. We'll start by setting each click, each base angle to something very small, then gradually increase the angle, and watch how the overall shape of the number line changes. And while we're at it, let's color code each number according to the angle it is turned. That will make it even easier to tell which prime factorizations contain the same number of 2's. With those rules in mind, I fired up the Unity game engine, wrote some C# code, fiddled with shaders, and set my simulation in motion. 3 days later, the simulation was complete, and I had a 7-hour film of what happens to the number line if you ask it to signal the contents of each integer's prime factorization by curving. Early on, when the size of a click is still very small, you notice that the number line turns into a circle and then starts lashing out periodically. I've got a theory about why this happens, but have yet to confirm it. As you increase the base angle, you start to get hints of some intriguing patterns. get to an angle of 20 degrees, or pi over 9 radians, you get this. Another clear pattern emerges at 25.7 degrees, or pi over 7 radians. And another pattern shows up at 36 degrees, or pi over 5 radians. Take a look at what happens around 60 degrees, or pi over 3 radians. The most intriguing thing to me occurs as you approach 90 degrees, or pi over 2 radians. This is a version of the fractal called the Levy Dragon, or Levy C-curve. I have no idea what it's doing here, but I intend to find out. And then at 120 degrees, or 2 pi over 3 radians, Levy comes back, but this time as what appears to be the Levy diamond fractal. As the base angle approaches 180 degrees, another concentric rings pattern emerges, then folds and unfolds like a fan. From 180 degrees on, all the patterns and fractals repeat, but in reverse order, till we reach 360 degrees and we are back to where we started, a straight line. There are many, many more shapes and fascinating behaviors in the full simulation, which I will link in the description below, and which you can access by clicking the card above. And if you want to learn more about all of this, please visit micatillman.com/numberline or micatillman.com/fractal. You can find links to those pages in the description below as well. Thanks for letting me share this little project with you. It's an ongoing thing, and you should see what happens when you ask the number line to curve based on the number of 3s or 5s in the prime factorization series. I hope you all have a fractally prime day.